ahead. And guys, good evening. Welcome, Coach Ian here. So, welcome po sa podcast natin. All right. So, one of our sessions again. Coach Derek, are you there? Coach Derek?
Yes,
You
Jeric,
know,
I'm here, I'm here.
Coach Derek, yes. Sige, ito po. Before we start, just can you type it there? Sino dito yung mga Bisaya muna? Kasi yung guest speaker kasi natin ngayon, Bisdak ng Dako, guys. Okay? Bisdak na eh. He's from Davao. Alright? So, makaka-relate kayo sa kanya. Pero I'm very sorry, hindi po siya magsisibuano or Bisaya. Kasi para po to sa lahat yung podcast natin. Alright? Pero, I saw him in one of those VA, yung mga Bisayan VA. Tapos nakita ko yung post niya. Tapos sabi niya gano'n na part na, hey, sino dito yung mga nahihirapan kumuha ng clients? Yung gano'n na case. Tapos sabi niya, oh, meron akong, alam nyo, I've recorded like marami na daw siyang na-record na mga trainings niya sa Reva. Okay? Kasi 'di ba, ang VA guys, maraming klase 'yan. May virtual assistant, may EVA, 'di ba? Hindi 'to yung ka-partner ni ni Adan na Eva, EVA, executive virtual assistant. Tapos meron ding Reva. Oh, ayan Tapos meron din tayong Reva, tapos meron din tayong iba pang yung mga klase ng VAs. Tama ba? Okay, so basta nung nakita ko siya, sabi ko, okay to yung meron siyang course na ino-offer, very affordable. Tapos sinendan niya nga rin ako ng copy nung nung training niya, pinakinggan ko rin ng mga first few minutes. Sabi ko, okay to si coach feeling ko marami siyang matutulungan, mai-inspire na tao when it comes to Reva naman, pag-uusapan natin, okay? So that's real estate virtual assistant. Pero right now, I think hindi na siya Reva ngayon kasi mataas na yung position niya ngayon. It's like he's really handling a very big team, mga ganun na case siya. Pero ikukwento niya sa inyo yung journey niya, okay? Pero before we start, help me welcome Coach Jeric Mondihar. So yun, let's do a virtual cup na lang. Virtual club na lang tayo. Ayan. So Coach, welcome po uli. Welcome sa podcast namin. Pinagbigyan mo kami. I know you're very busy. I think meron pa to, galing pa to sa isang big event. So I think tama ba yun, Coach? Parang pang nuptial event mo, 'di ba? Tama ba? May
Ah,
prenup kayo na na event. So
yes, yes.
siyempre, excited na 'to si coach na mag-asawa. Yun na yan, excited na. So, pero pinagbigyan pa rin niya tayo. Kasi dapat kahapon, pero it's been a very busy day, for the past few days para sa kanya. And yet, sabi niya, sige, bibigay ko yung Tuesday para sa inyo, sa The Guild. Alright? So guys, yun nga, nakita ko siya sa isang FB group, tapos sabi ko, may mai-share to siya, may maituturo sa atin. So again, Coach Jeric, welcome sa The Guild Podcast. Ayan, welcome po. Tapos, syempre, wala na tayong patumpik-tumpik. Syempre, excited din to sila. Coach, bakit marunong ka magbisaya? Joke lang, hindi. Ang gusto nilang malaman ngayon, they want to know your journey. Kumbaga, like, ikwento mo sa amin yung storya ng buhay mo simula nung pinanganak ka hanggang lumaki. Joke lang. Baka iniisip nila, magkikwento ka ng 2 to 3 hours ng buhay mo. Hindi. In a nutshell, galing ka ba sa corporate world? What's your journey? Bakit nag-end up ka doing freelancing? Then naging Reva. O, di ba yung natin, yung keyword natin for Reva. O, di ba,
Yeah,
Reva.
right.
Ayan. So, go ahead, Coach Jerry.
Hello guys. Good morning. As usual, we always call this morning, even though it's the night dito sa Philippines. So yes, again, my name is Jerry. I started my journey. I was the call center agent before, for 5 years, and then just to shorter the experience, I was 3 years pure sales in different kind of industries like medical, SEO, law firms, and other stuff. But and the 2 years of that one is just pure customer service. Just because the past 3 years, the experience that I have in call center for sales, I was just reading scripts, keep reading rebuttals. So I decided to venture the customer service the world just to enhance my communication skills, just to have a real conversation with a customer or a client. So I started I started shifting to real estate VA like when the COVID starts. So
Mm.
everyone is working at home, especially if you're a call center agent. So I realized that the internet connection was not that bad. I rarely have internet issues, like at least like once a month. So it's very
Mm.
doable. So I decided to gamble my career. So I decided to leave my company, and I uh, I bought a computer. My only savings, I can remember,
Mm.
that was 25K. I just received
Okay.
my 13-month pay, and then I bought a PC my own, and then I put an internet connection, and then I was it was really hard at the first one. My very first account was actually, it's a flower account. I got it from Upwork. I was selling flowers to customer. So
Mm.
and I worked like 12 hours a day with no day offs. So
Oh.
after Mother's Day, I think that was May on the
Mm.
US. So the flowers is not really doing well because the holiday is already done. So I
Mm.
decided just to look around, try to do some search. What could be the trending industry right now? So that's where I met. I studied real estate. So of course, if you're a real estate VA, you will only, you will end up starting as a cold caller. So
Mm.
I applied for a cold caller for a company in California. Um, I was a cold caller for a lending company. So they
Upwork and
offer,
Coach na nakita or OLJ?
oh, Indeed. That was Indeed. So
Okay.
Indeed.com. So just for my past experience, I usually get direct clients on Indeed.com, Upwork, and Online Jobs PH. Nothing else.
Okay.
And maybe if you can try to venture other social media pages, I mean Facebook pages. So there's some
Mm.
direct client as well. But to be honest, I've never been hired before when I tried to apply for an agency. It's because
Ah.
I cannot pass their interview. Maybe for my
Okay.
own feedback. I mean, for my own experience, it's just that um, it's hard for me because I don't have the accent. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't have the accent like the American accent. Most of
Mm.
the time, I'm being called as "Hey, go back to India," those kind of stuff. But what I like is, my previous boss told me that, Jerry, you're a good salesperson. You don't have the American accent, but I can see it in you that you're kind of an Indian guy who grew up in the United States. So even though I don't have the accent, but I have the capability of having a conversation with the customers. So maybe that's the reason why I keep, like, I've been a productive sales rep. So going back,
Mm.
um, the real estate VA is really, I could say that's one of the biggest industries, or I could say that would be, a lot of opportunities will be given to those aspiring Reva, because real
Okay.
estate, it's not just once you're a VA for a real estate, that's it. The
Mm.
real estate industry is very big. Uh, as I can remember, the real estate has a lot of stem. Let's say if the real estate is a tree, it has a lot of stems. You have the wholesaling company, you have the
Mhm.
lending company, you have the realtors, you have the brokerage, you have contractors, uh, and those are the only five departments that I've encountered that I basically have experience with. So
Mm.
for wholesaling, that is where under the wholesaling department, you will be there are different kinds of position. You will start as a cold caller, and then once you produce well, you get they will be giving you opportunity to be on a higher position. That will be the time that you will move to lead manager. So your job is to call homeowners and see if they are selling their home.
Mhm.
Lead manager, your job is to get more information from that lead that was generated by the cold caller. And
Mhm.
the third one is what we call acquisitions manager. So your
Mhm.
job is to negotiate the price to the seller. Let's say the value of that home is $100,000. So your job as an acquisition manager is to make sure you will get below 60% value of that house. You will make the seller
Oh.
agree that you will buy that house less than 60%. So 60% of 100,000 is $60,000. So you need to negotiate below 60% on that one. Let's say you lock it up for $60,000.
Mhm.
That means you can sell the property for 80% at max. So you can sell it for $80,000 minus the $60,000. So you will have a profit of $20,000 with the company that you are working with. And that's what the acquisitions manager do.
Mm.
They will only lock contracts with seller.
Okay,
So,
coach. Yes,
mm,
sorry for cutting you off ha.
mm,
Hindi, pero I didn't know si coach pala talaga spoken in dollar dito si coach ano, but that's okay. Hindi, ito ha. Let me see if I got it right here kasi ako based on what I heard lang na kwento mo.
mm,
So ang real estate guys, para daw siyang tree, ang daming branches, parang ganun na case, di ba?
mm.
Di ba? Yung merong wholesale, I think doon ka sa wholesaling. Tapos yung wholesale mo, sinabi mo, meron pang ano yan eh. Galing sa'yo yan ha, galing sa'yo na narinig ko lang ngayon. May appointment setter, merong
Yep,
sa leads, pang lead management lang ganun.
yep.
At meron ding parang parang, you call that the acquisition one? Like,
Acquisition, yeah.
yeah,
Manager.
for
Acquisition.
acquisition manager. Doon sa tatlo, yun lang ba ang nagtatawag yung you call this the appointment setter? Then etong sa leads tsaka sa acquisition, hindi sila nagtatawag pero Reva pa rin sila. Ano yung
No.
setup?
The appointment setter will be 8 hours dialing homeowners. So the
Okay.
lead manager is the one who will filter those leads that was generated by the appointment setter. The acquisition manager, let's say the lead manager, out of 20 leads that the appointment setter generated,
Mm-mm.
the lead manager was able to qualify, let's say 10, because not
Oh,
all 20 is interested. Sometimes the seller will just answer your question. They will just say yes just to get rid of you. So
correct.
let's say the lead manager filtered out 10 leads. So that means it's a hot lead. So the acquisitions manager job is to check the value of the home and negotiate price to those 10 leads.
Would you
And
say they're
not all,
closers? Closers din, hindi rin. Yung ano acquisition
yes,
kasi
yes,
dapat kailangan hindi
yes.
bibigyan ng 60%, 'di ba? O tapos para i-close deal niya. O sige, payag na ako kahit 58,000 or 60. Tapos para kahit
Mm,
ibenta mo ng 120 tatawad, you end up with 80, may tubo pa rin na 20k na profit. Tama ba, coach? Ganon yung
right, right,
diskarte.
right,
Okay.
right.
Pero matanong kita, kasi the way you're telling us now, like hindi for example, oh guys nung pandemic lang nagsimula si coach ng Reva, 'di ba? Tapos binenta niya yung, I mean bumili kagad siya doon galing sa 13-month pay niya ng ano worth 25k na device, internet kasi maganda yung internet connection, parang bihira lang sa isang buwan na nagkakaroon ng problema. Pero matanong kita, kasi hindi ako ngayon, yung situation mo puro ano to, call, nagtatawag to. Tama ba, coach? Nagtatawag yung sa'yo. Pero marami din bang klase na Reva na hindi nagtatawag? Pure talagang ano lang din? Would you be able to
uh,
tell us din, kunwari?
the only Reva, all those three that I mentioned to you, because I saw some comments here about DM.
Mm-mm.
So there's a fourth one, transaction coordinator. The fifth
Mm-hmm.
one is the DM, which is the disposition manager, and the last one is the wholesale manager. So for your question, Coach Ian, the
Mm-hmm.
only Reva that doesn't require a phone call or you
Uh-huh.
dial a person is SMS representative and I could say admin or executive assistant.
Okay.
Most of the time you will take calls, but not whole 8 hours like acquisitions. I think the acquisitions manager can only, depending on how many leads that he needs
Mm-hmm.
to work on, sometimes 10, sometimes 20 calls. That's it. But
A
most of the
day.
time, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but most of the time they will just focus on checking the market value, negotiate,
Mm-hmm.
creating offers and writing up contracts. That's it. And then, transaction coordinator doesn't require a call. The transaction coordinator job is because once you lock in a property, you
Mm-hmm.
will have a title company that you will work with. The title company is the one that will check the if there's any violation on the title of the house, those kind of stuff. And most of the time, it's just email. And
Okay. Kasi malay mo hindi totoo yung ano 'no, yung siya yung
yes,
may-ari or iba
yes,
yung mga contract din, yung mga bogus na 'no, yung mga gano'n na case. So
yes,
kailangan
yes,
parang may verification team ano, yung gano'n coach?
yeah,
Oo,
yeah.
okay.
The thesis job is to make sure that the owner is a legitimate owner, not not a tenant, not a
Oo.
bogus seller, those kind of stuff. And dispo manager, the disposition manager's job is, let's say the acquisitions manager lock in the house for 60K. So the dispositions manager job is to sell that house for 80K. So the disposition manager is the one who will talk to buyers, who will market the house to investors and for
Mm.
80K. So I mean at the very I mean the lowest profit could be 10K. So let's say a worst case scenario, he got a buyer but it's only for 70, but until the I mean
Mhm.
at the end of the day the company get 10K profit. So that's still
Okay.
doable. And for wholesale manager, like basically your main job is just to run the entire team, appointment setter, acquisitions, transaction, disposition. For me, I was a wholesale manager for like 2 years, so
Mhm.
I've been
Until
an
now,
appointment
coach,
setter.
hindi? Until now?
Yes, yeah, I've been I have like two clients at the moment.
Mm.
I'm currently a wholesale manager, and the other one is a disposition manager. So I've been selling a
Okay.
house a lot, and I mean, I think my passion is not for really like to. I think I'm done dealing with sellers. So right now,
Mhm.
I love. It's my passion on dealing directly with buyers, negotiating price, those kind of stuff. But acquisition manager and disposition manager, it's uh, it's not that hard. But you really need to know the what the house is made, the materials, the roof, the
Mhm.
doors, the windows, the cabinet. What are the repairs that's needed? You need to know how to calculate the rehab cost, the repair cost. So those are the main challenge of being an acquisition manager and dispo manager.
Hmm.
For act for dispo manager, you need to act like what you need to act as the buyer. You need to know how much do I think I need to pay to get this job done, those kind of stuff.
Mhm.
And aside from that, I also work with. I mean, for majority of my experience is really wholesaling. So,
Mhm.
but I've done lending as well, and the lending part, you will call seller to if they want to refinance their home. Let's
Mhm.
say they needed money, but they don't have. I mean, they don't know anyone who can lend them some money. So you will use your own home as a collateral, and
Okay.
then on top of that, there will be interest. So that is how lending works.
Why would they go for a refinancing? Is it for renovation or other purposes? Tapos gagawing
Actually,
collateral lang yung bahay? Parang
uh,
ganon? Or what? What's the
um,
setup?
that was actually like a trending job way back COVID, because
Mhm.
the economy of the states went down to as it at its lowest in history. So
Okay.
before, the the usual interest rate of the house is around 7%, but I mean when the COVID start, it went down to even 1.5, 1%, 0.75. So the owners, I mean the sellers are, I mean the homeowners are refinancing their home to get the lowest interest that they could get. So that, but I mean when the time the COVID or everything is getting back to normal, the refinance and the cash outing is not really that working anymore, because
Mhm.
the interest rate already at 7%. It it's already back on its normal stage. So the owners won't. I mean, if you get 1% interest, why would you refinance and get seven, right? So you will just end
Mhm.
up paying more. So
Okay.
yep, that is the lending. And I work with property. I couldn't say I work with property management, uh, but I have experience in doing property management. It's a different side
You,
again of
you,
real.
you mean STR, like short-term rentals, yung mga Airbnb, ganon? Hindi rin.
That's a different one. Short-term rentals.
Aha. Yes,
I mean,
yes.
my my focus was actually for investor who own like 256 rental properties.
Okay.
So on the property management side, um, you will deal with tenants complain, like if
Mhm.
they one of the real reva for property management is maintenance coordinator. So the tenant will call you that, hey, my there's a leak on my
Plumber,
at the back
kailangan ng
in the
plumber.
kitchen.
Mhm.
Yes, I need a plumber. So your job is to get the concern, find the cheapest plumber in the area,
Plumber.
and then schedule them for inspection and quotation. So that's what maintenance do. For another one, property manager. So the property manager, you are the one who will manage all the units. Let's say you have 200 units, you will manage all 200 units. That consists of if there is violations on I mean there are some people that is actually not eligible for renting. I mean, they have
Mhm.
this kind of law in the United States where they do some sort of general background checking, where
Uh-huh.
if that if that tenant is not really good on the previous house that he rented, he's not it will pop up on the system, and you will have to make a decision if you want that tenant to be in there or not, because he do have I mean, he's not really that responsible tenant.
Alam
So
ko yan, coach. Let me give you an example, May napanood akong documentary. Hindi ko alam,
mm,
basta sa YouTube lang 'yon. Pagkatapos, kunwari, tenant ka, gusto mo ngang
mm,
ay hindi, merong potential na tenant. Gusto ko
mm,
diyang mag-ano sa inyo, stay. Pero dahil merong police record na hindi nagbabayad 'to sa previous state, kaya mong makita kung, ay hindi 'to ano, magbabayad, hindi 'to consistent nagbabayad. Actually, na-evict nga 'to, yung mga gano'n na
oo,
case.
oo,
So, you
oo,
do have the option now kung tatanggapin mo sila o hindi. Yun yung ibig
oo,
sabihin niya ni ano, you do a background check din. Matanong
mm,
kita, coach, eto kasi siyempre ang REVA, it's like, it's a very big scope pala siya sa totoo, 'di ba? Yung
yes,
dami mong binabanggit sa akin, it's
mm.
a very big scope. Pero sa tingin mo, marami pa bang opportunity sa REVA? Sobrang dami pa ba, for example? Would you say
uh
marami pang opportunity?
yes, there is a lot of opportunities in real estate VA right now. The only thing is there's a lot of competition when it comes to appointment setter. So
Mhm,
most of the time, everyone starts as appointment setter, not unless if you learn how to do property management, you know how to do transaction coordinator without. I mean, basically, you want to join some course, some training
mhm.
for those specific positions. But
Okay.
if you don't have those, you really need to start at the bottom, which is appointment setter, and
Mhm,
then I mean the for real estate VA. I mean me, I'm a wholesaling. I could say I'm a wholesaling expert.
mhm,
It's unpredictable. Anytime you might be ending up your contract with client if the team is
mhm.
not productive. The most stable job for me under the REVA, that would be
Mhm.
property management. That would be
Okay.
property management, because you don't need to hit any targets. You don't have any sales to. You don't have to provide any or to be productive. You just need to be consistent on what you are doing, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, you'll get the job. I mean, permanently, I could say. The going on rates right now, I think for maintenance, that would be at lowest is the $7, and
Okay.
for that at lowest, okay. For property
Pinakamaliit
manager,
'yan, Okay, okay.
pinakamaliit. Property manager, that would be somewhere around lowest at 8, and then
$8. Mhm,
for the another one for property management is leasing. So
mhm,
leasing is your main job is to market your vacant houses on Facebook, on social media, and then you will be making calls once you are leasing. And then you will be interviewing those applications. You will be checking if they are qualified, those kind of stuff. And once they are qualified, you hand them over to the property manager. So your main job is just to market the vacant houses and
mhm.
look for a good tenant that will move there.
So would you say it's a requirement sa lahat ng Reva na position na kailangan. Hindi. Alam ko na mention mo yung part yung sa dispo ata or something na basta or yung sa chat, yung SMS na sabi mo na hindi nagtatawag, 'di ba?
Mm, mm.
Ilan ang percentage ng mga like sa Reva na na kumbaga na niche ang hindi nagtatawag versus nagtatawag. Kasi the way you tell it, for example, kung ako din kahit nasa property management ako, kunwari like biglang may tenant, sabi niya, "Uy, may leak dito sa amin." So, okay, I'll just gonna take care of this one. I'll send you a plumber. 'Di ba? Sa parang ganun na case lang yung
Ah,
sasabihin. Then I'll search for or probably you already have a list. Kasi matagal na yan eh. Meron na yan silang ready-made list like, "Hey,
mm.
can you go to this
Yes,
location?" Eto na yung ganun na case. Pero meron pa ring degree na kailangang element na magtatawag ka pala talaga, no? Kahit
yes, yes.
konti. Yung hindi
Yep,
mo ma-avoid na
yep.
hindi mo ma-avoid na hindi ka magtatawag kahit konti. Oo. Would they
Mm,
consider somebody na walang background sa Reva for example, like yung kunwari if you're going to hire someone, would you consider someone na walang background sa phone calls for example? Pero like kasi hindi mo kaya yung 'di ba yung pero 'di ba yung gano'n like kahit walang experience pero okay naman yung work ethics, 'di ba yung attitude. So would you consider to hire someone na walang background like hindi siya magaling mag-English but that
mm.
person can probably get the job done. Is that possible, coach, or hindi? What do you
Uh,
think?
for me, I think the main requirement for applying as a Reva or probably other
Mhm.
uh, type of businesses as well is you should speak. You should know how to make conversation in English. That is the
Mhm.
very first one. I mean, SMS might do, even though you're not, let's say you're not good in having conversation in English, but you need to know how to make conversations through chat. You
Mhm.
need to undergo interview at the end of the day, so you still need to pass that interview
Correct.
in English as well. Not unless if the one who will interview you is a person you know, or just a Filipino that is not really that strict. But I could say just to widen your opportunity, really need to know how to make conversation in English, because that is the
Mhm.
main requirements.
Okay. All right. So nasabi mo yung ratings. Guys, kung nakikinig kayo kanina sa sinabi ni coach ang feeling niya sa Reva na landscape, ang pinaka parang medyo secure
Yes,
is more on the property management side. Tama ba?
yes,
Hindi yung part ng mga appointment setters or sa sales related. Kasi alam ko naman ang concept ng sales, it's always like, you're as good with your last performance. Parang ganun na
yes,
case. Pag hindi ka nag-generate ng revenue, hindi ka nakakapag-contribute ng sales, syempre, kahit magaling ka dati, pero ngayon non-performing ka, maybe your job is at risk, parang ganun na case.
yep,
Versus kung property management ka, as long as consistent ka lang na Reva, yung
yep,
ginagawa mo, yung ganun na case, mas longer yung tenure mo. Tama ba,
yep,
coach? O, yung
yes.
ganun na case. Nasusundan nyo ba, guys? O, interpreter ako kasi English tong natin, speaker joke lang. Hindi ganun na case. Hindi, pero coach, na-appreciate ko yung mga kwento mo Ayan, tapos ako nakikinig lang ako, hindi ako nagte-take down ng notes nakikinig lang talaga ako sa sinasabi mo. Pagkatapos, so ngayon, eto ang tanong ko, kasi nabanggit din ni coach, no, dapat pala guys, parang gagawing number one priority kung mag-aano rin pala kayo, kapag magre-reva kayo, number one requirement, dapat magrunong ka mag-English. At least conversational na English Yung dapat naiintindihan din naman ng kausap mo yung sinasabi mo. So yung ganun na case. Unless, meron bang parang 100% coach na Reva na hindi kailangan makipag-usap? Siyempre sa interview dapat you need to, yung sa chat. Pero hindi kasi ako just to give you an idea, baka hindi rin alam ni coach. Meron akong I'm the founder of PAS Academy, Philippine Appointment Setters Society. Pero ang tinuturo ko sa kanila, pure DM setting. Pero nire-ready ko rin sila sa interview, for example, yung sa Loom, di ba yung mga ganun na case, like, you need to show like a 1 minute or 2 minute video about yourself. Kasi titingnan nila yan if kumbaga, oy, okay to sige nga, i-hire natin or interviewin natin to. Kasi mukhang okay naman yung English niya. Does it make sense? So ganun yung kumbaga, pero meron bang 100% na ano na wala talagang reva siya, real estate VA pero hindi magtatawag? Meron din bang ganun? Pero given 'yon sa interview, syempre talagang mag-i-English ka.
Mm.
Itawid mo lang yung interview na 'yan, pero
Yes.
pag na-hire ka, pure ano ka lang, back end ka lang. Meron din ganun? Like
Yes.
mga lead generation, real estate pure lang, hindi sila magtatawag, yung ganun?
Yes, I have done that one before. Let's say, let's
Oo.
skip with the interview na pasa nyo na.
Okay.
So, there's there is some companies as well, like different siya from, I mean, another department from real estate that I've worked
Mhm.
before. It's the company is Set Schedule. So that company is selling leads to real estate agents. So there
Mm,
is a lot of real estate agents in United States. It's thousands of them. So um, my main job there was sending DMs, like bulk SMS and bulk emails. So all I
okay.
need is to set an appointment on my closer's calendar through text and email. No calls.
Okay. No
Yep.
calls totally. O
Yep.
yun guys ha, hinahanapan ko kayo ng opportunity ha kung meron ba talagang ano non-voice kumbaga. Pero
Mm,
majority talaga sa Reva, merong element na magtatawag ka.
mm,
At least alam niya yung landscape. Ah, ganun pala talaga sa Reva. Kahit konti dapat marunong ako mag-English. Okay?
mm.
Pero marami din ba sa real estate naghahanap ng mga SMMs, mga ganun na case, mga graphic designer or bihira lang siya?
Um,
Kasi
mhm.
mm,
For me sa SMM, it's SMM for real estate is very helpful, and especially if you know how to edit some videos as well, because
okay.
those will you will mainly work with real estate agents. So not under a wholesaling company, not under a wholesaling company, not under property management company, but you work directly to a realtor. So some other realtor have like a successful realtor. Not everyone is a successful realtor in the United States.
Mhm.
Some of them are just doing it for part time, that are afraid to commit full time because they will only be compensated through commission once
Mhm.
the deal or that house is funded. So the house, I mean, once you lock in a buyer, that would take 30 to 45 days before it you get paid out.
Mhm.
So that's quite let's say a month or two. So um yeah, that's basically it. And uh hold on. I was thinking about something.
Okay.
Ano pa nga yung question mo, coach?
Hindi, actually nakalimutan ko din eh. Oh, pero okay lang guys ha. Hindi, ganyan talaga minsan. I like this kasi this is raw. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, even when I'm asking, based lang sa napakinggan ko. 'Di ba na case? Pero hindi. Siguro hindi. Ang tinanong ko lang naman yung kumbaga yung kanina, 'di ba? Like
Okay.
100% yung 100% na yung hindi magtatawag, 'di ba? Yung ganun na case. Which is nasagot mo na yun na part na meron din talagang hindi ka magtatawag o yung ganun na case. Oo.
Oo. Ayun
Tapos
pala
yung
yung
SMM
SMM.
din, yung SMM din, 'di ba? Yung
Oo.
SMM.
Yung
Okay, yung sa
SMM
Reva.
pala.
Correct,
You will
correct.
only work directly with a realtor. That's an individual person who
Mm-mm.
is, let's say, who is currently working full time as a real estate agent that has a lot of properties going on his end right now. That's the time that he will look for an SMM. No
Mm-mm.
videos. I mean, no calls. Just pure social media marketing on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and probably YouTube. And
Okay.
if you know how to do some video editing, because that is really helpful from the realtor side, because all they need to do is just to send you video of the walkthroughs of the house and
Parang virtual tour, 'di ba? Virtual
yes,
tour.
virtual tour.
Instead na
Yeah,
parang magtutur ng ano, anong to yun? Anong tawag ano pag magtutur sa mga ano, yung
walkthrough.
oo, 'di ba? Walkthrough pa lang term
Oh,
'yan. Oo, 'di
walkthrough.
ba? Sige. So yun coach. Ngayon, let me ask you this now. Kasi na-mention mo, yung parang open house guys ha, yung gano'n na yung walkthrough. Pero virtual siya. So ikaw, either hinar ka as SMM or parang short form video editor kasi pinaganda mo nga yung video nila para
Mm,
gagawin mo yan either for YouTube purposes or TikTok or Reels sa Facebook, 'di ba? Yung ganun na
yes.
case. Coach, let me ask you this now. Let's say nag-take ako ng isang course ng Reva.
Mm.
For example, syempre puro theory lang 'yun, 'di ba? Nag-take ako ng course. For example, how long will it take me to learn Reva? Kung para sa based sa like can I learn it in 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month or it really takes time? Yung parang yeah, what do you think if I'm
Uh,
going to learn Reva?
for Reva, even I've been doing Reva for 4 years now, but I'm still learning. So
Okay.
there's still a lot of new things that I love doing. I mean, I'm trying to learn. Like for now, I'm doing wholesaling. I've done a bit property management before in those lead providing companies, but right
Mhm.
now I'm actually starting to learn, or actually I'm in the middle of learning the construction side. So construction is another department for real estate. You were mainly work with investors
Mhm.
that they are buying houses that are partially damaged by storm, by
Okay.
fire, by flood, especially Florida right now. There's a
Parang
hurricane.
sa restoration part ka ng real estate, 'di ba? Sa
Yes, yes,
restoration, correct.
yeah.
Oo.
Because investors are buying the property like at lowest like 30% to 20% market value, and
Correct.
then they're
Bagsak
putting.
presyo na coach na.
Yes,
Yung presyo.
they will definitely lowball sellers because the how I mean sellers are open to sell it as well, especially if they don't have the enough funds to do the repairs their own. So they will just get rid of it instead of I mean not having the funds or just putting the house in there, because there's specific law in states
Aha.
for depending on the state. There's specific law but that if the house is vacant for like a decade, uh, you won't even notice that your house is already in demolition court. They will
Ah,
demolish your house if you're not paying attention on the house you own, those kind of stuff, not paying taxes, and
yung
and
amilyar nila coach, no?
uh,
Amilyar talaga yun.
demolish talaga yung bahay mo
Oo.
sa states like I think I can remember state of Ohio,
Mhm.
um, state of Chicago, Illinois. So sa Illinois, if hindi ka nagbabayad ng tax mo like for few years, and then vacant siya, parang hindi mo na, parang kumbaga talaga damage na na bahay, like hindi ka na, parang ini-ignore mo na lang, di
Hindi
mo na.
coach, naiintindihan ko yan kasi hindi, Google Ads ang specialty ko coach
Mm.
pati DM appointment setting. Sa Google Ads, meron ako mga clients na ganyan sa real estate. Kahit sa headline, ang ilalagay, we buy ugly houses. Ganon. Di
Oo,
ba? Ganon yun. Yun talaga yung headline, we buy ugly houses. Para
oo,
ibig sabihin, kahit na yung mga patapon na yung mga bahay nyo, bibilhin nila yan kasi syempre, ilolobol ka na nila yun, di ba?
oo.
Yung ganon na case makes sense. So anong pinakasagot coach in neto na case din? Like how long will it take me now? Hindi, I know sabi mo 4 years ka na and you're still learning.
Mm,
Pero para lang sa mga baguhan, para meron lang silang parang time frame. Like
mm.
can I do a course like say 1 month na course ng Reva pero pwede na ako mag-apply kahit wala pa siyang experience or what? What do you think? What are the
Um,
chances para may idea sila?
for appointment setter siguro or cold caller or SMS,
Aha.
you if you can, let's say on calls, appointment setter, if you know how to make conversation on in English. So I don't think, I mean, I think 3 days pwede ka na. Pag marunong ka talaga mag-English. If
3 days lang.
three
Okay.
days lang pwede na. Kasi yung training course na ginawa ko is good for 3 days. And I've done like I think five batches of trainees. Like wala talaga silang experience but they can communicate in English. Some of them are working directly with a client right now, and
Mhm.
some of them are working with me as well. And sila yung kinuha. Like I don't have an agency. I don't own an agency. Before I did, but I decided to focus more on real estate to learn more.
Mhm.
Um, some of them are working under me, not as under my agency. They are getting paid directly by my client. I just refer them. So
Okay.
I always reach out to my students that once we are looking for appointment setter, hey guys, I can back you up on this one. Send application, send recording. I even give them tips on what to do on the interview, and then they've been having success. And the only
Tanong
hard part.
coach. Yeah, so, sorry to cut you off again Hindi, biglang meron lang akong naalala. So
Hmm,
magkano nga uli yung phone appointment setters for example like sa Reva? Magkano yung parang pinaka minimum nila?
on average siguro, some companies will offer you $3, but if you're working directly with a client, it should be around $4 or $5 per hour for appointment
Okay.
setter. For SMS, probably between 3 to 4. Kasi
Mhm.
di ka naman nagtitake ng phone call, SMS ka lang talaga, pure SMS. So,
Or
3 to
email,
4,
SMS and email, tama
yes.
ba?
But on top of that, there's commission. Always on every closing. Like, you generated a lead, and then na-convert siya ng acquisition, and then nabenta siya ng disposition. Other clients are giving $100 per close. Other clients are giving 250. It just depends on your client. But there's always a
Mm.
commission on the sales side.
Oh, maganda yan guys ha. So, $3 to $4 per hour pero may commission pag na-close deal doon ng acquisition team nila tsaka dispo, di ba? Tama,
Mm,
coach?
yes.
Let me ask you this now, which is nakalimutan ko uli. Ang kulit eh. Hindi kasi ang question ko minsan based lang sa conversation yung sa
Uh,
flow, yung ganun na case. So, do you have an agency now? Would you say you're like an agency or more of a contractor or ganun? Semi-agency ka or what do you do
um,
then? Yeah.
I did try to have my own agency, just
Uh-huh.
purely on real estate. No
Okay.
other, niche, just real estate. I've done like 10 clients before, but I mean, I can't. I need to either quit my current job and focus on agency, or focus on what I'm doing right now and just skip the agency for now. So I decided to skip the agency for now. I skipped the agency because I mean, it's just hard. There's a lot of agencies out there that are providing the same quality of VAs. So I just decided to just build up my experience in my career first, to learn
Okay.
more about the real estate once. Because I'm really aiming for property management right now. Because I've said it's the most stable position in if you're working on the Reva side. So once I learn all the tasks, the walk around on the property management, I think I'm gonna be spending more time, or I can probably quit my job and focus on my agency for a property
Okay.
management company because it's really a stable job.
I see. Coach, tanong ulit. If I'm gonna go to OLJ
Mm,
or sa Indeed or sa
mm.
JobStreet for example, anong ita-type kong keyword? Reva lang? Or like dapat appointment setter or real estate appointment setter? Anong keywords ang parang i-recommend mo sa kanila, if ever?
I just you can try real estate cold caller. I mean you can use the appointment setter, pero yung usually ko talaga nakikita is cold caller, real estate cold caller. Yan yung ginagamit talaga nila. Oo. Real estate
Okay.
cold caller lang. Sometimes, I mean, SMS is still going on right now, but habang tumatagal yung SMS rep,
Mhm.
masyadong marami yung, I mean, restriction. So, medyo strict na yung United States sa SMS
Law.
ngayon. Yeah,
Alam ko rin yan.
yung law
Alam ko
talaga.
rin yan, coach. Like, even the
Mm,
number of characters na gagamitin mo,
mm,
limited siya. And dapat may permission nila bago mo
mm.
sila sendan ng SMS. Ganun yan, guys, ha?
Oo,
Pag alam niya yung law, yung ganun na
oo.
case. Hindi lang
Is
basta send kayo ng send. Oo.
yeah, istrikto na talaga, and then once you're an SMS, hindi yan yung send ka na lang ng send ng the same template, the same message. Matatag
Yes.
ka as spam, and then if you are tag as spam, hindi mo magagamit yung system, magagalit si client. So you need to be creative also. Like I used ChatGPT before. Like
Okay.
if your client gives you a specific script on
Mhm.
SMS, I will just rephrase that on ChatGPT. Like give me 10 samples or rephrase on this statement. Then ChatGPT will give me those. I will
And
just
limit
change.
to these characters. Ganun din, yung limit,
Oo,
no? Number of
dapat
characters.
walang house, walang for sale, walang deals. Kailangan mo lang maging creative sa mga words. You need to look for a different word that has the same meaning. So yan yung medyo tricky lang sa SMS. But
Okay.
other than that, I mean, I could say every 3 days talaga yung pagpapalit dapat ng uh, spill or template sa mga sellers.
Okay. Oh guys, ang dami ng binibigay sa ating value ni Coach Jeric dito. Merong isang question dito, Coach. Of all
Hmm.
types in real estate VA, which has less headache? Because here in the Philippines, property management is a handful, including leasing. 'di ba? So medyo ano pala siya, overwhelming din pala ang leasing dito ng sa property management. So meron
Mm.
bang parang less headache would you consider sa real estate VA, Sir Reva?
Uh,
Pinaka-less headache.
Less headache siguro if not sale. I think, I mean, headache naman palagi, especially property management, headache talaga yung binibigay sa iyo kasi sa maintenance may complain. Sa
Okay.
property manager, you need to deal with violation court. Sa um, leasing, may interviews, meron ding pre-qualification, and then background checking din. I think probably construction, I could say. Kasi yung
Oo.
construction is kung ano yung kailangan yung property na, yung house na, ang tawag kasi namin dyan, fix and flip. We fix the house and then
Okay,
we sell
correct,
it at
correct.
a higher price. So,
Yes.
I think that's a less headache because you only need to, hey, this is our task today. We need this to get done. You just need to follow up with contractors. And can you
Okay.
send me updated photos? Where are we right now on this job? I think construction.
Okay. Coach, matanong kita kasi na-mention mo kanina yung course mo, 'di ba? Like if someone lalo na kung marunong naman mag-English, in a matter of 3 days, pwede na silang sumalang kumbaga as a Reva. Pero let me ask you this. Meron din ba silang tools na matututunan? For example, like what tools you recommend, yung typical na tools na ginagamit ng Reva?
Uh, let's say appointment setter. Appointment setter is you have Ring Central, you have
Mhm.
Enzo. I mean, those are, I mean, kasi let's
Client
say most,
provided tools, right?
ha?
Hindi.
Ano ba?
Client provided yon yung mga Ring
Yes,
Central.
client
Okay.
will provide anything for you. I mean, those phone that you need to use, we call it soft phone. So, para lang
Correct.
siyang usual na cellphone pero nasa PC nyo lang. So, you just manually type those kind of stuff. But I can, if it's fine with you, coach, I can show you. I can share my screen right now, so you will have a glimpse on what
Sige,
it looks
coach.
like.
Hindi, sige, sige. Maya-maya Hindi. Pero,
Okay.
hindi. Aabot tayo niyan Pero, hindi. Guys, lahat ng coaches natin dito, nag-share talaga sila, nagpapakita sa atin ng mga tools nila, yung usage. I-share yan ni coach pero meron pa akong konting mga tanong
Hmm,
coach. Then after that one, you can do the screen share at pakita mo
okay,
yung gusto mong pakita. Okay?
pwede.
So, pwede kasama doon yung six-pack. Ay, joke lang. Six-pack yung joke lang papakita. Hindi, ito. Guys, how do you see yourself the Reva industry? Kasi feeling ko lang I don't know, kasi feeling ko ngayon yung sa real estate, parang wait and see ang nangyayari ngayon kasi dahil sa election. Tama ba? Inaantay kasi itong presidential election. After niyan, syempre, tsaka nagagalaw uli yung market. Tama ba, coach? Kasi pero ilang weeks na lang 'Di ba? Election na sa US. Pero how do you see the Reva industry in the next 2 to 3 years, for example?
Um,
Booming ba or like para bang would you say ang Reva is like parang recession proof na gig o baka hindi rin yung 'di ba yung ganun na case kunwari kung real estate agent to siguro chicks wala na magkakatanggalan na yung mga ganun na case yung siguro kung real estate yon kasi parang tumal ngayon hirap benta parang ganun na case 'di ba pero for the Reva itself would you say it's recession proof yung gig na to or parang would you recommend like dapat kung nasa Reva ka na lang din, dapat laging mag-upskill ka, parang hybrid ka, para if merong need sa isang klasing Reva naman na ano, pwede kang ano doon unsa ba na sa Bisaya yung sa Tagalog yung parang italpak pa na o isa sa ano ka ba pwede kang di ba yung backup parang ganun na case ipaslak o
uh,
paslak daw okay okay ayan
um, actually, I mean, hindi aalis talaga si real estate. So, for me, si real estate talaga is always at the top niche pagdating sa virtual assistant because number one is US clients, they don't want to hire uh, the same citizens that are not really, kasi yung mindset kasi nila, why would they pay a higher hourly rate for an American citizen while they can hire 3 to 4 Filipino VAs with those amount. So,
correct
um, uh, for me lang, if you started real estate, don't settle at one if you're an appointment setter, don't settle at appointment setter. While you are doing your job, you need to at least start learning other skills on the real other side of real estate VA. Like what I did before, I started as a cold caller, as I told you. Appointment setter ako nagsimula, and then
Mhm.
while I'm doing appointment setter, I'm starting to learn the process of the wholesaling side, and then I was producing numbers to my boss, and then he gave me the opportunity to do acquisitions. So very rare lang yan sa mga clients na mag in-house sila na promotion, kasi some of them will just hire someone that has experience already on Upwork,
Okay.
online job page, Indeed. So if you found that client, just make sure you stay with them, because that's really a good one. And other than that, if you are currently in wholesaling right now, before, when as I mentioned earlier, sa lending side, yung refinance as cash out, COVID yun, malakas siya, trending. Pero
Mhm.
pag nung time na bumalik na yung economy ng states, bigla siyang parang nawawala siya. Nagkatanggalan na kami ng mga kasama ko. We were
Mhm.
10 at that time, until ang natira, dalawa na lang kami. And then, that's the time the company tried to switch to a different side of the market, which is,
Mhm.
ang ginagawa namin doon is listing. We are listing
Okay.
houses. We are, if the seller is
Zillow,
selling,
Zillow
Zillow,
or
Redfin, MLS. So we tried, but
yes, MLS.
the profit is not enough, kasi hindi specialty ni boss yung ganun eh. Parang
Mm.
trial and error siya. So nag-end up siya na i-close down yung company. Hindi siya
Okay.
bankruptcy. It's just that the refinance is cash out is done. Kasi bumalik na yung economy ng US eh. So at
Correct.
that time, yan yung time, kasi I have the experience already.
Hindi
Although,
nag-close pero nag-pivot siguro ng business model. Tama ba,
yes,
coach? 'Yun ang
yes.
ginawa, ano? Oo.
Nag-solo na lang muna yung previous boss ko, nag-solo na lang siya muna. He is starting to learn the Airbnb, short-term
Okay.
rentals. Yan yung
Yes.
na-learn niya. Tapos sabi niya lang na I will get back to you maybe after few months when I started running this one. So okay lang naman. Pero until now, hindi na siya bumalik siguro. Medyo may nahirapan din siya.
Pero coach, maganda yung kwento mo ha, yung 10 kayo, 2 kang natira. Hindi, totoo to guys ha. Guys, galing ako sa mga ganong account sa PPO. Like for example, 100 kami, naging 50, naging 30, naging 20, naging 10, pa konti-konti. Guys, if you're indispensable, ibig sabihin ng indispensable, hindi ka pwedeng palitan kasi sobrang galing mo. Kahit magkalagasan, lagi kang matitira. Kahit ako, confident ako lagi na ganun. Hindi ako nag-worry, kahit yung iba nagpapanik sila. Ako hindi ako nag-worry kasi alam ko yung value ko. Indispensable ako. Ibig sabihin, I don't care kung nasa real estate ka o Google Ads ka or nasa copywriting ka na agency or kahit saang niche or industry ka, matitira ka talaga if indispensable ka, alam mo yung value na kaya mong ibigay. Does it make sense? Kailangan, kahit sa niche or industry ka ilagay, dapat magde-decide ka, I'm going to be one of the best. I'm going to hone my craft. Dapat gagalingan ko. Hindi ako titigil. Hindi ako mag-aantay sa ibibigay nila or kung ano yung hahanapin ko kung ano yung trending, ano yung uso, ano yung bago. Kasi nag-i-evolve lagi yung industry. Tama ba mga bossing?
yep.
Okay, coach, may tatanong ako sa iyo. Kumbaga, you can choose to answer this or not Pero kailan ka like na-reach mo yung 6-figure a month kunwari sa Reva? Like which year mo na nangyari sa iyo 'yon?
I think I started because when I started as a Reva, I was appointment setter, $4 per hour,
Okay.
and then $100 every close deal. And
Okay.
then everything changed when I start doing acquisitions. So when I was doing acquisitions, I was closing contracts, and that's the time that I get an increase. And then I realized yung opportunities na kumita ng malaki. Kasi yung trabaho mo is parang i-grab mo talaga yung opportunity ng mga commission every time na magka-close ka ng deal. Maybe I started like probably 2 years na siguro ngayon. I'm doing
To
2 years na siguro I'm doing 6 figures a month.
yun guys
Ah,
ha.
oo.
Mhm.
I mean, uh, worth it kasi talaga pag although nag-start ka sa cold caller. I mean, just to tell you guys, hindi ako nakapasa ng college. I'm not a college graduate. I'm not a professional to be honest. My only option before, ano bang gagawin ko sa buhay ko? Kasi I've been tambay for like 2 years before ako nag-call center. So, my only option in life is should I work on a local company like sa mall, bagger, or those kind of stuff, or
Mhm.
I can try call center siguro. I've been declined for like 5 companies pero hindi ako mayaw. I was hired on the sixth one that was paid 150 pesos a day graveyard shift for 3 months. So I grabbed the 150 a day not because I want to earn money but because I want to get that experience that I need.
Correct.
But once I got the, I mean, I survived the 3 months, and that was sales. If you don't hit the target every week, di ka na
Football. Football
automatic,
na.
wag ka na bumalik pag Monday. Yan yung sabi ng boss ko. Kasi medyo strict talaga yung maliit lang siya na company, pero parang do or die, matibay talaga siya na company. Like,
Tapos
uh,
150 per day lang, no?
150 per day. I can remember before, parang
Pero
naglalakad lang ako
galante sa
pauwi ng bahay.
komisyon.
Wala din. 150 a day
Wag.
talaga.
Talaga?
Kasi first time first experience ko eh. And
Oo.
parang yung experience talaga yung kinukuha ko kasi wala akong ibang opportunity. And then after 3 months na Proby, like 10,000 a month na ako nag-improve.
No, yan, oh.
And then after 10 months, 14. And then yeah, parang nadaanan ko talaga lahat ng hirap. And then hindi naman talaga once you're Reva at day one, malaki na yung sahod mo. You always need to start at the very bottom and work on your way up to this kind of compensation because you deserve it. It's your value, and don't let anyone sabihin sa'yo na, no, I will offer you $2, I will offer you $1. No, it's not your value. They are just lowballing you because marami talagang, I mean, before kasi sa COVID is, when the COVID start, maliit pa lang yung VA na community. Di pa siya gaano ka-trending. Mas trending pa siguro yung call center. But, I mean, nowadays, like probably, mga pagkatapos ng COVID, nag-start na talaga na dumadami yung mga taong aspiring VAs na masasabi natin. And for now, I mean, it was really hard kasi before when I started virtual assistant, natambay ako ng 2 months. Kasi walang tumatanggap sa akin eh, kasi wala akong experience sa virtual assistant eh. Like 2 months every day, I've been sending like 10 applications a day. Average
Okay.
10 lang yan. Sometimes I've been doing 20. And
Oh,
then,
coach,
mm,
let me cut you off ng konti dyan na part, Yung na 2 weeks na ilan? 2 weeks or 2 months, di ba? 2 months
2 months.
na yung sa okay, yung sa VA, guys. Makinig lalo na ikaw, kahit nasa recording na to, wag mong bibitawan yung work mo. Meron
Mm-mm.
kasing ganun impulsive. Gusto ko na mag-freelancing, ayoko na sa work ko, nag-quit. Tapos 3 months na, 6 months na, hindi pa nakakita ng gig. Guys, keep your job and do something on the side, yung hustle, kung gusto mong maging freelancer. Kapag kaya ng tapatan yung income mo, nung part-time mo, tsaka ka lang bumitaw. Huwag mong gagawin yung ginawa ng iba. For example, na nag-quit ka agad sila, tapos talagang reba daw or I mean freelancer sila pero 3 months na, 6 months na kasi ang bills tuloy na pumapatak yung bills, 'di ba? Meron yung rental, nagre-rent ka ba, tubig, kuryente, baka meron kang yung anak mo baon ganun. Hindi pwede wag ka mag-quit. So guys, okay, balik tayo coach doon sa kwento mo. So 2 months tapos wala talaga muna, 'di ba yung gano'n, tapos everyday 10 applications.
Yes.
'Di ba yun yung tinuro ko sa mga Google Ads students ko, guys. Get ready na ang goal natin, we're just gonna play a game. Ang goal mo ma-reject ng 100 times. Sinabi ko sa kanila, submit ka lang ng submit, wag mong iisipin kung papasa ka o hindi. Just give your best. Kumbaga, every interview mas lalong gumagaling ka niyan. Lalo kang gagaling yan
Yes.
kasi paulit-ulit na lang yung questions eh. Pero meron at merong tatanggap sa'yo. Huwag mong didibdibin yung rejection, yung hindi ka na-hire. Di ba? Ganon lang. O eto, 95 to go. Ibig sabihin na-reject na siya 5
Lima na lang.
beses. And that's okay. Hindi, 95 to go pa. 5 beses pa siya na-reject. Pero that's normal. Narinig mo yung kwento ni coach? 10 applications a day. Guys, tas 2 months siyang ginagawa yon. So dapat tuloy-tuloy ka lang, hindi ka bibitaw. Kasi ibibigay din sa iyo ni God o ng universe yung para sa iyo. Pero dapat tutuloy ka, wag ka bibitaw. Kasi ganun
Mm.
talaga ang sikreto. Coach, matanong kita kasi after nito magsi-share na tayo sa ano ang tips mo sa dalawa to ha, magkasunod na question. Ano yung tips mo sa mga nagsisimula pa lang sa freelancing, for example? Tapos ano naman yung tips mo sa existing freelancers na like how to find clients? Meron ka bang meron ka bang street smart trick dyan para mas mabilis makakuha ng clients, isa or dalawa or what? For example,
Okay. Ano nga yung first question, coach? Grabe,
sa
may
mga
list.
bago muna sa freelancing, ano yung tips mo sa kanila na
Okay. Sa
nagsisimula pa lang sila? Oo.
For the first question, if you decided to take the real estate VA siguro, um, pinakauna talaga is you need to make sure that you can speak English or at least conversational English lang for you to be qualified as an appointment setter. So yan talaga yung, I mean, other niche like SMM, Google Ads, they might not require talaga kasi most of the time non-voice. And then sa real estate kasi, you should be, I mean, if you start as appointment setter, you need to talk in English, you need to be conversational, hindi yung
Mhm.
magre-rely ka sa script. So hindi talaga pwede yon. I mean, the only option siguro for starter for me is try to look for a legitimate agency, because some agency will hire you if you don't have any experience. They will compensate you, but they have this what they call starting salary. So starting salary,
Okay.
that is where you under contract with the agency. They will train you, may training sila virtually, and then if they think you are ready na, they will look for a client na for you, and then that
Mhm.
will be the time that they will cut some of your salary, let's say 20%. Let's say the
Ah,
client is, they offer you a basic salary in peso, not in dollars per hour. So pwede ba mag-disclose ng
oh,
agency?
sige, sige, coach. Oh,
uh,
tayo-tayo lang naman eh.
as far
Ganun eh,
as
go
I
ahead.
know, siguro Cyberbacker, nag-o-offer sila ng, I mean, kahit
Training?
wala kang experience, tatanggapin ka nila. They will offer you 500 pesos a day as the daily salary mo, 500 pesos, until makita nila na ready ka na. You will take examination, and then if you pass the examination, they will look for a client for you that will probably parang 45K ata pag once na meron ka ng client. But on the safe side, the company will take care of you. Sila yung bahala. At marami din, may possibility din na if you're doing well, and then let's say the contract is no longer paying the agency. So at least you're getting still paid because under ka ng agency, hindi ka direct to client.
Is
And
that where
then,
you started, coach? Yung sa
no,
cyberbacker? Hindi. Ah,
hindi
okay.
din. Yung feedback lang ng mga friends ko na mga baguhan sila pero they can communicate in English. They pass kasi ako hindi ako pumasa sa cyberbacker eh. Kasi
Okay.
ang pangit daw ng accent ko. But that's fine. Yan yung feedback nila. Nag-offer sila na training for first timer, and then they will train you. They will pay you 500 at first, 500 a day, and then once you pass the examination, they will look for a client that will that you can work, and then hindi na siya medyo struggle kasi direct to client. I mean, yung interview is parang si client hindi na medyo strict sa mga qualifications sa'yo kasi trusted niya na yung
Agency.
agency. So para kung baga orientation na lang ang yung mangyayari, and then you start the job right away.
So,
And
full-time na training yan, coach. 8 hours a day na training, yung 500 pesos. Like,
mm,
maybe 30 days or 2 months or what?
I
Do you have
think
an
2 weeks.
idea?
I think 2 weeks.
Okay.
2 weeks
Two
sa mga first
weeks?
timer, 2 weeks, and then 2 weeks training, then exam. Pag di ka
Okay.
pumasa ng exam, they will if they see, I mean, if nakita nila na worth it ka naman ikip, sadyang kulang pa din, ikikip ka nila, and then
Okay.
exam ulit. So yan yung mangyayari.
Parang konti
And
na lang pero hindi pa hinog.
ah
So, ikikip ka
pero
ng,
andun ka
yes.
na, parang konti na lang talaga. Pero pag they see that hindi ka naman interested, you are not like parang kung prangkahan lang, ikaw yung gusto magtrabaho pero magkikita na sa'yo na parang ayaw mong magtrabaho ganon.
Okay.
So ili-let go ka nila, and then the good thing about working with yung malaking agency yung pinag-uusapan, hindi yung mga maliliit. Like Cyberbacker is very big. Meron silang kanya-kanyang mga departments. Let's say you are producing, although andun ka sa floating status, let's say you ended up a contract with a client, hindi na siya nagbayad, so hindi ka nila pababayaan. They will train you again to a different department. Let's say property management. So ititrain ka na property management, and then ilalagay ka na naman nila sa property management. And then you are, although may cut sila sa sahod, no, but you are gaining the experience. After, I mean, if you, let's say you think you've done enough, you need to get let's say you need to earn that money that's supposed to be only for you. You can
Direct
quit
to
the job.
client yeah, you can
Direct to
go
client
solo.
ka na. Yes.
Mhm.
At
Okay.
least you have a plan. That's my I highly suggest that plan to first timer to work with a larger
Agency.
agencies.
Any
Cyberbacker is a
other
real people.
agency aside from Cyberbacker you can recommend, like when it comes to Reva?
Sa Reva kasi, yung Cyberbacker, yung nalaman ko nga medyo focus sila sa real estate. And
Okay.
I have Valaru, that is for career and logistics.
Volaru ata. Yes, yes.
Valaru, no?
Parang narinig ko na, yes, coach.
MedVA, so specifically for medical health insurances. So yan, medyo legit siya. And hindi talaga ako like, yan lang yung nakikita kong mga agency na I think legit, na I'm
Solid.
sure legitimate, yung solid talaga at malaki. Meron na silang foundation talaga na if you're a starter, you can rely to them talaga to get
May
to get
system
the
na sila,
experience.
no? Yung may onboarding tsaka yung training. Okay, makes
Mm.
sense, makes sense.
Ah.
For Reva. Hindi, yung isa, eto ngang si Cyberbacker, tapos yung isang sinabi mong Volaru. Ano ba yan? Reva yan or yung med na nga? Med ano na yan? Medcare.
Si Volaru is more on career tracking services. So
Okay.
sa Reva lang for me is Cyberbacker talaga yung parang yung main industry ni Cyberbacker is real estate VA. Reva talaga siya.
Ayun, yung Volaru pang logistics
Volaru
nga siya.
pala.
Yeah, carrier nga yung ganun na case, 'di ba, guys? Yung parang mga shipping, mga ninja van, mga ganun, no? Basta klase, basta parang ganun na case. Tracking, yes. So ganun siya.
Yan
Coach, eto na ngayon, kumbaga, eto na yung part na exciting part kasi mag-share ng screen si coach. Ano yung gusto mong papakita sa amin, coach? Is it like the tools na ginagamit sa Reva? Ano yung gusto mong pakita sa amin po?
Siguro
Like,
I don't have the tools for cold call for appointment setter kasi hindi naman ako appointment setter. I can see you the CRM. Yung CRM.
Sige coach.
Doon mo makikita yung si Eileen naghihingi ng listing reveal. Yun yung makikita mo. Mai-explain ko sa inyo in one CRM, in one screen yung flow ng wholesaling.
Okay, go. Sige coach.
Grabe naman si Leslie, wag mo naman kunin, Eileen. Joke lang, hindi naman yung makukuha.
Okay. Kabalo ba ka sa Google Meet, coach? Mag-share? Kabalo ka, dili?
Kabalo.
You want me to? Okay. Sige, good.
Alam mo, wala nga ka lang. Dapat ba yan, this supposed to be a confidential ba? I will show it to you. I'll take the risk.
Sige. Okay, sa atin lang to, ha? Okay. Sige.
Okay. All right. Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes, we do. Yes, okay. It's still loading. Yes.
Okay. This is what we call investor lift. Investor lift kasi yung dalawang client ko ngayon, the first one is wholesale manager and this one is I'm a disposition manager. So my main job is to sell the house, di ba?
Pa-zoom ng konti. Para sa aming maliliit ang
Ayun.
Ayan, medyo okay na yan. Sige, coach.
So my main job right now, I mean as a disposition manager, yung trabaho ko, di ba, as I mentioned earlier, is i-market ko yung property sa mga buyers, mga investor. So investor lift is one of the tools na yung mga tao dito is mga investors.
Okay.
Wala ka, parang legit siya na investors. Medyo mahal talaga to. If you're a wholesaling client, kahit tanungin mo sila, if meron silang investor leave, some of them wala talagang investor leave kasi masyado siyang expensive for them for the monthly subscription. So let's say ito, Edmond Avenue, as you can see, assignment fee 20K. Assignment fee, that means the profit if mabenta namin siya ng 40K. If mabenta ko siya ng 40K, we will get 20K. But at the end of the day, I will accept 30K on this one para
Ibig
safety and time.
sabihin, nakuha yung price niyan. Ay, alam ko na kaagad na yung property na yan, galing yan dun sa storm or, di ba, yung sa mga tornado o mga defective siya na property. Tapos, flinip nyo, di ba? Oo. Or basta binenta niya. At may profit kayo na 20K.
Sa wholesaling, ito siya mostly as is. Wala kaming Phoenix, wala kaming inayos, wala. Parang as is na siya, nilobol namin si seller and then binenta namin na medyo mahal.
Okay.
Ganun lang. And then you can see all that. Let's say, click natin yung property na to. Ito yan siya. You will have a title. You will have the address here. Ito yung kinreate ko na parang headline niya. So, looking for a prime investment in St. Louis, Missouri. Property. Ito, FMR. FMR means magkano yung estimate rent per month if yung investor kasi bumibili sila ng bahay, some of them are putting the house on rent, hindi na binibenta. So, ganun. You will have the condition and then comms. Ang comms is ito, sa madaling salita, ito yung mga kapitbahay ni 2162 Edmond Avenue na nabenta recently, like within the last 6 months. So, ang gagawin ko dito, kasi yan yung market value, dyan mo malalaman yung magkano dapat ibenta ang bahay, magkano dapat yung price mo. So, di ba, i-add ko siya yan, 89,900 plus 97,748 plus 75,000 divided by 3. Ito yung value na property, 87,549. So imagine we get the property at I'm selling the property for 40K and then minus 87,000. So 47,000 yung discount ni buyer pag binili niya to ng 40. So at ang kailangan niya lang gawin is i-repair yung drywall. I can send you the picture. I can show it to you. Hold on.
Oh guys, yung FMR fair market rent yun ibig sabihin, yung parang magkano sa market yung, di ba, yung monthly rent ng property kapag merong magre-rent doon.
Oo, tama pala. Sorry, sir.
Hindi, ginugol ko lang yun, coach. Hindi ako magaling sa ganyan. Pero ginugol ko lang habang nagkikwento ka.
Okay.
Yung fair market rent.
Para at least meron kayong idea, ito yung bahay. Ito yung sinisend namin sa mga buyers. So, drywall means ito yung drywall. Ito siya. Ito yung drywall. Parang kisame, kumbaga. So, ang kailangan lang ni investor is, kailangan niya lang i-fix to, yung drywall. Let's say, lagyan na ng Hardiflex or plywood. Basta yan lang yung repairs na needed. And makita nyo yung entire bahay. Yan, ganyan. For me, if I were a buyer, hindi naman talaga siya kailangan ng major repairs. Yung drywall lang talaga yung main concern. But as you can see on the kitchen, maganda pa naman yung condition. Maybe yung floorings kailangan ng bago.
Question. Di ba yung kaninang nag-average ka ng tatlo, yung mayroong iba-ibang price, may 89,000, yung tatlo, dinivide mo ng 3. Ibig sabihin, silang property na yan, parang magkakapare-pareho lang sila ng itsura, parang subdivision yung dating? Hindi naman?
Yes. No.
Parang ganun, hindi naman.
We always rely on radius niya, like miles, like
radius nga, yes. Okay, ganun. Based on that one, yung market value.
On the radius, we use PropStream. This is hindi talaga to siya required for appointment setter. This is mainly for acquisitions, dispositions, and operation talaga to. So I will show you a quick one on how I get saan ko yung nakuha para at least meron kayong idea. Kasi hindi ka pwedeng magbenta ng bahay kung hindi mo alam yung value. So one of your main job is to know the market value of the house. So dito,
pero hindi nga kailangan to ng appointment setter, hindi. Yung para lang sa acquisition.
May training course ako kasi for real estate, maybe later na lang.
Maya-maya,
Uh,
coach. Pero
okay.
guys, mamaya abangan niyo yung sasabihin niya. Napakamura lang yung ibibigay
Uh,
ni coach yung course. Promise, sobrang affordable. Okay? Sige,
uh,
sige.
ito, we call it comparable sold comms. Tama si Maribel. So we always rely on 0.25 miles distance. So radius niya dito. As you can
Okay.
see dito. So ito yung mga property. Ito yung solid na gagamitin namin na sold comms. Kasi si buyer is mag-aas magkano value ng property. So
Oo,
at least,
dyan sa vicinity. Yung mga
uh,
ganyan dyan banda. Oo.
hindi ka kasi pwedeng magsabi na, sir, yung value ng property ko is 150, I'm selling it for 40. You should have
Mm.
something, you should have a proof na kailangan mong i-present sa kanya. So ito yung ibinibigay ko sa kanya na proof. And this is how I usually get the comms. Kita nyo sa 2167, andito sa 2167, it was sold for 75. Andito si 2152, it was sold for 97. And then si Avondale Avenue. So yan yung ganito lang ginagawa ko to get the market value. But at the end of the day, you need to, ang medyo risky lang is to get the comparables. I mean, not comparables, to get the estimate sa repairs. So sa drywall, no need na kailangan, kasi hindi naman tayo pinanganak na maging construction na alam natin. Kasi hindi naman tayo sa US
Correct.
nakatira eh.
Oo.
Client will help us. Client will help us.
Okay.
And then, that is the disposition manager. This is what I really wanted to show you guys.
Mhm.
This is what how wholesale company runs. So, pwede ba i-minimize to? Wait lang. Ito siya.
Kana. Ayan, okay na yan. Kana. Okay.
New leads. New leads, these are the leads na na-generate ng mga appointment setter. So, once let's say meron ka seller na qualify, it will go here sa CRM. So ito si John Galloway, bago to sila lahat, ito sila lahat. And then your only job as an appointment setter is just to add new leads here. Nothing else. Yun lang talaga focus mo. And on the next one, ito na siya, no contact made. Ito yung and call follow-up. Ito yung trabaho ni lead manager. So, makikita nyo ang dami. The reason why masyado siyang marami, it's because, as I said earlier, hindi lahat na, itong 6, let's say 6, hindi lahat ng to hot leads. Let's say isa lang. Yung 5, madadagdag dito yan sa no contact made. And the lead manager will keep calling them day by day.
Until
Kasi,
someone picks up.
Until someone is ready to sell.
Okay.
Kasi they might just not ready at the moment. So that's why nilalagyan may call follow up kasi maybe next month or the next few weeks ready na sila. So ito appointment set negotiating once na the lead manager was able to qualify and then hot leads na siya, it will go to appointment set. We call it the stages. We call it pipeline. Pipeline tawag dito.
Correct. Coach, parang ganito, ang goal mo, yung lahat ng nasa left, kailangan maurong mo sa right, tapos ma-move mo sa right, di ba? Hanggang maano yung journey. Yung gano'n na case.
Yes, yan yung goal.
Pipeline.
But mostly, si acquisition talaga yung last, yung talagang kailangan mag-work out nito. So, acquisition is hindi ka naman like masyadong babad sa calls, but the company relies on you as well. Pag wala kang close contract, walang operation talaga. So, but the foundation is always the appointment setter. Kasi wala silang tatrabahuin pag walang appointment setter. So, every position on wholesale has its own task or responsibility talaga na kailangan gampanan. So, it's how sales industry run. So, you really need to produce some numbers. So, acquisition after ng appointment set, this appointment set means if we were able to schedule, kasi pag nag-agree si seller na ibenta na yung bahay niya, ang job ni acquisition is to schedule an inspection para mag-take ng photos sa house, videos, and then your job is, kasi meron tayong field agent. So once you work with a wholesale company, meron talagang like on-call person na gumagawa ng pictures, nagtitake ng pictures. We call them boots on the ground. Yan yung code niya, boots on the ground. or you can hire someone from on Facebook, you can post. So yan yung mangyayari. Once na nakita nyo na yung actual condition ng house, kasi hindi, not most of the time talaga na sinasabi ni seller yung real condition ng property. So let's say you need to replace the roof, and then pagdating ng field agent nyo sa bahay, it came up, I mean, once the report came in, nandun pala, nakalagay pala doon, may crack pala yung foundation. So that's a large cut on the offer. So that's why we always schedule inspection before giving them offer. Dito sa negotiating, once they're done the appointment, negotiating stage, this will be the time that, of course, you negotiate price to the seller. I mean, you will discuss to them what you will usually to negotiate the price, you need to know the repairs estimate.
Correct.
You need to know because that is your weapon, or I could say the things that you can throw to
Para
them.
doon makuha mo yung 60% na
Yes.
lower, di ba?
Kailangan talaga malaman yung ano yung mga repairs na kailangan, yung mga damage sa bahay like windows, HVAC systems, plumbing. Kailangan mo talaga yon para yan yung gagamitin mo para malowball mo sila or make them agree to 60% or below. So, offers made, ito yung mga, let's say si seller nag-agree ng 55, you already have a verbal confirmation na nag-agree na kayo dalawa sa price. Ito yung offers made. This will be the time that you already send out the contract to their email through DocuSign. So you email them the contract, and then waiting na lang siya na pipirmahan ni seller. Kasi in some cases, sometimes seller will change their mind. Sometimes nag-iba yung mind nila, yung ganon. Parang nagdadalawang isip sila, especially if it's if the house is under like husband and wife. Sometimes si wife hindi nag-agree. Sometimes si husband hindi nag-proceed. So yan yung mga cases. But most of the time offers made, this is I mean, you can start I mean, sending these kind of leads to dispo manager para at least ready na sila pag once na nakasign na ng contract. Kasi on the go na, I mean, I could say 90% na to na mag-agree talaga sila. Kasi they already have a verbal agreement. So, and
pero when you say verbal agreement, pero sa totoo recorded yan, ano? Recorded na call, di ba? Para ano talaga? Kasi
hindi.
Ay, hindi rin? Okay.
I mean, kasi ginagamit namin ngayon is G-Voice eh. Ito yung ginagamit namin ngayon. Well, hindi recorded yung G-Voice. It's about, I think sa relationship na lang siguro nung na-build ni acquisition kang seller. But yung ginagamit kasi namin yung kung baga proof namin is yung contract talaga. Once they sign the contract, hindi na sila pwedeng mag-under contract sa ibang company. Let's say, nak-lock in ko to si Steve ng 60, pero nalock in ko siya, nag-sign na siya ng contract.
DocuSign. Yung DocuSign.
Sa contract, and then nakahanap si Steve, mayroong ibang wholesaling company nag-reach out ka Steve na I will offer you 70.
Hindi so, na pwede.
Hindi pwede Steve kasi naka-under contract siya sa company. All he can do is to wait na ma-cancel namin yung contract if i-cancel namin. So, let's say Steve signed a contract, it will go to under contract. So once under contract, ito yung end stage ni acquisition na, I mean, what is going to do next is to introduce or pass this lead over to the disposition manager. Kasi si disposition manager na ang gagawa nito, his job is to sell the property to a buyer. So,
ayan guys process tong sinishare ni Coach Jerica. Oo, para may idea lang kayo ng konti. Tapos may nag-mention ata, kahit ako yung nakatingin ako dito, parang GHL din to eh. GHL din to.
Go high level.
Yeah, correct, di ba? Kasi ganun din eh, GHL to. Alam ko rin pagkita ko, GHL to. Ganun kagad ako. Kasi talagang magandang platform naman yung Go High Level. Okay, Coach, na-appreciate namin 'to, kahit yung pagpakita mo nito, what the software looks like, yung gano'n na case para mas napi-picture nila, nai-imagine. Guys, hindi niyo
Mm.
gagawin lahat 'yan, depende kung saang part ka ng wholesale team. Appointment
Yep.
setter ka ba? Do'n ka lang sa leads. So kung do'n ka ba sa acquisition, yung gano'n na case, or do'n ka ba sa, 'di ba, yung mga yung sa lead din, iba din yung phone appointment. Pero hindi mo gagalawin lahat 'yon. Meron ka lang specific na task. Depende kung saang skill set ka or saan ka naka-assign na trabaho. Okay? Pinapakita lang ni coach yung overview no, nung ano nung parang software, how you use it. Pero coach, eto na ngayon yung tanong nila. Hindi kasi
Mm.
ito yung nakita ko talaga to doon talaga sa isang VA na group na pang Bisaya din to nakita ko. He's using like a pseudonym, yung isang account niya pang real estate mo, 'di ba coach? So yung
Mm.
nakita ko doon na part, so yun sabi ko, okay tong taong to Tapos nag-send pa siya sa akin ng sample training niya, like 45 minutes na training. Actually, mga first 10 minutes lang ang ano ko kasi tiningnan ko lang kung okay din ba to si ano si Coach Jeric yung ganun na case. Sabi ko, sige, invite ko to siya. Kasi alam ko yung tapos yung shinare mo, basta nagkwento ka na mahaba na post, sabi mong ganon. Alam nyo, gusto kong tulungan yung mga gustong matuto ng Reva. So I've
Yep.
recorded trainings, yun na yung kwento na yan. So coach, ikwento mo na sa kanila yung ino-offer mo training sa Reva.
Okay. By the way, guys, I mean, I created the training course. I mean, I've done 5 batches of training, and most of them
Mhm.
are friends of mine and referrals lang. Mostly, I could say na it's just for dito lang sa Davao. So,
Okay.
I've done 5 batches, and then I mean, my goal on that training course is not actually to get money from the aspiring VAs. My only goal for that is just to help them to start their at least meron silang learning path to do a Reva, and I am only asking for 300 pesos sa entire course na yan.
Can
Other
you imagine guys? Yung nakita ko yung post na yun, 300 lang talaga nilagay niya. Nakita ko yun,
300.
sabi ko, okay to Tapos, basta kasi kwento niya yung journey niya, sabi ko, affordable to para dun sa mga gustong maging Reva. Kaya yun yung case. How long it's gonna take them, coach, like to yung training na yun? Kasi recorded na lahat yun, di ba? Or
Oo.
meron ka ring live sessions, yung mga ganun
uh,
na case, or what?
Before I've done live training, pero medyo conflict talaga sa schedule ko, kaya I decided to yung sa last batch ng training ko, I mean, ni-record ko siya kasi I was asking for $1,000. I mean, no, hindi. 1,000 pesos
1,000.
that time.
Oo.
1,000 pesos that time sa live training. And then I decided to parang hindi ko na talaga kaya mag-live training kasi busy masyado sa work, sa current clients ko. I have
Mhm.
3 clients right now, yung 3 real estate clients, and the other one is logistics. So medyo conflict talaga yung schedule ko, hindi na kaya. Kaya nag-record ako, and then I decided to, siguro 300 okay na yun. Wala na akong problema sa 300 if it will only take 3 days for you to learn that course, and uh, it's not like the typical cold calling job or appointment setter that you're gonna learn, because I've added a unique skill that you can learn, which is you will have the ability to find your own leads. So hindi lahat ng
Lead
appointment set-
generation din, 'di ba? Lead generation.
yes, hindi lahat ng appointment setter alam yan. Only few. And then I mean, again, it's the kind of a unique skill that you can highlight to your future clients, that you can tell them, I can generate my own leads. I'm not just relying on the leads that you are giving to me, because yung clients kasi nagpro-provide sila ng leads, but hindi always bago yung leads mo. You will always repeat, you will always have to call that list over and over again hanggang sa ma-exaggerate mo yung leads na yan. So, I created that.
Gumagamit ka ba coach ng lead generation software or pure manual na lead generation lang? Or gumagamit ka ng hindi ba yung Google search lang tapos magda-download ka sa Chrome ng extension na lead generation? Tapos
Hindi.
hindi rin. Ibang
Just
technique din.
uh, I'm just simply using Craigslist and Zillow. So,
Babanggitin ko sana yung Craigslist kanina, yung nagbanggit ako ng Zillow. Pero tama, tama. Makes sense.
Uh, you will the skill is called lead mining for sale by owners. So those are the properties listed in the market that was not listed or that was not represented or under contract with anyone. The one who listed the property is the owner itself. So yan yung skills na tinuro ko sa batch ng mga trainees ko for them to highlight to their client so they can tell the client na let's say John, hey John, I might be the typical appointment setter that you spoke with, but I have a unique skill that I can highlight to you. I have the ability to generate my own leads by going to Zillow or Craigslist and catch those newly listed for sale by owner properties. Just name the city or the state. I can pull up one to you. So you will have that on my training course as well. And then it's not only about appointment setter, marami din akong na-mention doon na other stuff related to wholesaling. And I think doon na-share ko yung mga SMS yung SMS software na ginagamit at yung dialer as well na ginagamit. Andun din yun. So,
Coach, eto, kumbaga, saan ka nila mafa-follow, tsaka yung website mo, tsaka yung form sa gustong mag-sign up? Kasi people were asking na rin like, kumbaga, how to enroll with you. Meron ka bang Google form or you got a website or how they go about it?
wala akong website. Yung ginagawa ko lang, nag-PPM lang sila sa akin. So, maybe
Okay, Jeric na profile. Hindi kasi pwede ko namang sabihin lang sa kanila sa community. Sa'yo, i-DM ka lang. Pwede rapod. Pwede lang din sa akin or what?
Di ba na-spam ako nung last time kasi
nakwento ni Coach Jeric, meron siyang isang account, yung isang account niya, kaya isa siyang account nag-reach out sa akin kasi sobra nang daming nag-DM sa kanya, nag-inquire ng course niya. Okay?
marami.
Meron ka bang business page? Wala.
Wala ako. Meron akong yung VA page.
Hindi, I have a suggestion, Coach, na lang. Ako na lang gagawa ng form para sa'yo. Tapos ilagay mo dun yung payment details mo. Tapos i-upload na lang nila yung payment. Tapos ikaw na yon, bahala ka na dun. Sa'yo yon na copy. O ganun na part. Sa Google Form lang yan. Mabilis lang naman yan eh. O para sa'yo yan yung Google Doc na lang na form. Ganun na lang gawin natin. Tapos, kung payment, I don't know, kung GCash sa'yo, Paymaya, or like BPI, or PayPal, ganun na case.
Okay lang.
Yun na.
Okay, Coach.
Ganun na case. Ganun na lang yung gagawin natin yung para sa'yo. So that's it guys. Ako na lang bahalang gagawa ng form. Para uniform na lang. Yung, di ba? Okay ba yun, Coach? Para di ka mabombard ng ano. Pero ilalagay nila doon yung name nila, tapos yung FB name, FB profile link nila, then yung payment nila, yung proof of payment nila. Yung ganun na case, yung sa'yo.
Yes, I think okay na ako sa name lang niya, full name at saka email, and then yung proof of payment. Kasi ang gagawin ko lang, i-share ko na lang sa kanila yung drive ng training.
Correct, sa email. Para sa email. Correct, makes sense.
Sa email directly. Kasi kung sa Facebook, I think hindi ko na ata kailangan yung Facebook. Not unless, if they have, if you have inquiries, I'm more responsive on email than on my Facebook or personal.
Meron ka bang certificate na i-provide sa kanila?
Once you're done, guys, maybe I can give you a certificate. I can. Sige, para sa inyo na lang.
Ayan o. Okay, guys.
I'll provide certificate.
Sige. Saan ka daw sa Davao, Coach? Asa ka sa Davao?
Turil.
Tuara. Tuara, Turil. Okay, so yun na. Turil daw siya. Ayan. So, guys, ang dami nyo bang na-learn kay Coach? Diba? Ako sa akin, kung ikaw if you're into dyan na part sa Reva, go for it. 300 lang yun eh. Ano doon yung, hindi, it's not about that yung learnings. Coach, kung meron ka bang future na recordings na idadagdag doon kung maisipan mo? Murag ingana nga style. Would you do that as well? Kung may maisip ka pa na additional na inputs? O yun na yun?
Maybe I can try adding, but I can try adding to that specific link. But that link is a lifetime access. You can always look back if kailangan nyo. It will not. Walang specific time na ikakat ko yung link na yon. Maybe, I mean, kompleto na kasi yun. You will have
Okay.
the sample, you have a sample recording that you can
Mhm.
listen. Parang package na talaga siya for appointment setter. And
Okay.
if you have inquiries, siguro, you can email me directly so I can help you out once I'm free.
Yung email address mo ba, yun yung nag-send ka sa akin ng sample video mo, di ba? Yung
Yes,
45
coach.
minute na training. Okay, okay.
Yes.
Sige.
Yes.
Kasi hindi pwede kong yun yung sasabihin din sa kanila eh. Like yung ibibigay kong info sa kanila. Tapos, any other questions? About internship. Do you offer internship or hindi?
Ano yung like specific internship, coach? Can you give me some idea? Ano ba yung
Hindi. Yung sinabi nila dyan eh. Yung internship,
oh,
basig na akay ka ng parang i-guide mo sila, i-walk through mo sila, yung ganun
like
na
face
case
to face?
talaga. O parang actual experience din na internship or pwede ring actual client, depende. Pero hindi naman papayag kasing client na magpapa-access ng tools sa ibang ano eh, 'di ba? VA, yung mga ganun na case, 'di ba?
Mm.
Yung mga ganun,
Ah,
di, oo.
right.
Parang
Maybe
OJT or internship, parang ganun.
siguro I can try to get one. Uh I can accept one internship. Yan lang yung pwede ko ma-offer ngayon kasi uh I supposed to have an assistant pero she's studying college. And what
Mhm.
happened is hindi siya nag-a-update kasi, so what I did is tinanggal ko siya kasi there's no result talaga and I need result kasi nga as I told you, coach, I'm about to get married. Medyo busy talaga and I need
Correct.
assistant. So
Guys, busy to si coach.
uh,
Oo.
kaya maybe ngayon kasi open yung slot na yun, maybe I can have maybe OJT or an internship. I can accept only one at the moment kasi you will have the dialer, you will have everything. Wala ka nang gagawin. Gagawin mo na lang siguro is I will uh, I will teach you how to do this po.
Di, okay na yun coach sa akin. Kahit sa etong podcast na to, tapos what if merong isa kang taong natulungan na mabago yung buhay nila at naging ticket yon para sila maging ano, yung sa Reva na industry. Ako happy na ako doon. One is a good start. Oo, kasi busy ka rin yung gano'n na case. Pero you'll never know. Malay mo, nakita mo, uy, nakatulong ako. Okay, graduate ka na. I'm gonna accommodate another one now. Does it make sense? Parang gano'n na case. Parang pa isa-isa lang. I don't know, every 3 months or every 6 months mo siya gagawin. Pero, you're changing people's life kahit pa konti-konti. Yung gano'n na case, o di ba? Happy na yon. Kasi ako, even when I did my Google Ads na yung coaching o yung training ko or class or workshop, yun lang yung goal ko. If I can help someone na na-change ko yung life nila kahit isa lang, I know I've done my part. Pero madami na sila. Hindi mas natutuwa ako yung ganun na case. So that's how I do it lang. Oo. So yun guys ha. Oh, maraming Bisaya dito coach, may magdi-DM sa iyo, ay mag-send siguro sa ng email din yan kasi mga Bisaya sila.
Uh,
May
Siguro
nag-mention nga lang padadalhan ka daw ng lansones or mangustin eh. Pero
I would
syempre mga taga Davao sawa na yan eh sa mga ganyan eh. Oh, sige sige sige.
I would love Lanzones kasi
Ay, oo,
I
yung
always
lanson.
buy Lanzones at work.
Ay, kuyawa eh. So yan guys, oh, lansones din. Pero coach, in behalf of the guild, thank you at sa lahat ng nagstay. Pero this is an additional learning sa ating lahat. Ako, laging meron akong baon. Lagi akong may nakukuhang bagong learning out from all the coaches na kausap natin. Okay? Sana kayo din. Dapat ganun lagi, merong bagong learnings. Okay? Pero salamat sa time, Coach Jerry. Pinagbigyan mo kami. I know you how busy you are and congratulations. Kailan ba yung schedule ng kasal? Kasi alam kong busy to sa ano. Huwag kayong pumunta doon sa simbahan hindi i-announce joke lang ganun. Bawal ang gate crasher doon. Oo.
uh,
Oo.
uh, it's it's around, I mean, uh, daghan man nag-comment taga Toril. Siguro I can do a
Okay.
I can do a meet up siguro for Toril people kay doon lang sa kuha.
Yun
I can meet you guys. Siguro uh, if they can ikaw ba magbibigay ng coach ng email sa kanila or maybe I can send my
Hindi pwede
Facebook
mong
mo siguro.
sige Facebook. Oh, sige. Ibigay mo dito sa chat box if you want.
Okay.
Pagkatapos, pero pag puno na nga, they can still shoot you an email if they want. Pwede pa rin.
Okay. Here's ganito na lang, guys. I will send you my dummy account. Hindi siya dummy account kasi bugos ako. Dummy account ko siya for real estate work. So I'm using this account to market houses sa US investors. So you
Si
can
Rob
PM
yan
me
si Rob
directly there.
yan, si Rob. Tama ba? Si Rob
Si
Chan
Rob
ba
Chan.
yan?
Uh,
There you go.
so
Alam ko,
you
ano.
you can PM me directly here kasi dito naman ako responsive most of the time, not on my personal one. So I'm trying to separate talaga kasi medyo parang ayoko talaga gamitin yung kasi I mean ayoko talaga gamitin yung personal Facebook ko to market properties kasi just to avoid conflicts na lang siguro. So you can just add me on that Facebook account Rob Chan or you can message me. But I will spend some time to meet the people within Davao siguro just to give you
Yan,
guys
no?
a free coaching siguro in person.
Okay. Ayan. So, yun guys ha. So, palakpakan natin. Virtual clap na lang ulit tayo kay Coach Jeric dito. Rob na sasabihin ko sana eh. O, yung isa niyang ano. Okay. So, maraming salamat Coach again. Tapos, I'll see you when I see you. Kumbaga, kasi ako Cavite rin ako eh. Luzon ako eh. Pero, meron na naman tayong bagong friend na coach. Kumbaga, you can add him if you want. Pwedeng si Rob Chan or yung si Coach Derek. Pero dun lang kayo sa Rob Chan ha, para ano, yung ganun na case. So, salamat mga bossing. So, it's been a good, productive podcast for all of us. Pero, antay kayo kasi ang Thursday natin back-to-back na podcast yon. Tama ba? For 7 o'clock, it's Coach Angela Baisa. And then 8:30 is si chat automation strategist, si ano naman, si Miss Hasmin Palancia. Siya naman yung magtuturo sa atin. So marami na naman kayong matututunang bago. Okay? So salamat mga bossing. Tapos Coach Jeric, congratulations ulit. So i-post mo na lang doon yung just married, just got married or something. So I know, okay, tapos na, tapos. Okay, pero congratulations. And
Thank you, thank you.
we're very grateful para sa'yo din. Okay? Salamat guys. I'm going to end the meeting now.
Thank
Ayan,
you
our
guys.
podcast. Thank you guys. Bye-bye.